You understand that when adventure comes knocking, you open the damn door.
It's chapter 1 of the Freelancer Handbook.
There's sexy danger, sexy bad choices, probably more sexy danger.
You know, when I saw Anthem for the first time back in 2017, I was like,
not bad, not bad.
And then, literally a few seconds later, they said that this game will be always online, multiplayer co-op, live service experience.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
You know, I still remember to this day how terrified I was when I heard that Mass Effect 3 will have multiplayer component. I was so devastated because I was imagining how other people are running around and playing as Garrus.
I'm Garrus Vicarian, and this is my rectum.
Oh, sh**!
Or Miranda.
I don't know how, but we'll bang, okay?
Oh. Still impatient, Commander?
I care about you, Ash. Miranda, damn it!
While I will be playing as Commander Shepard.
But first sign of any trouble, f*** them all. Damn it!
Fortunately, it all ended up with a horde mode, which was pretty good actually. I'm still playing it to this day. However, they keep saying that this will be a multiplayer game with strong emphasis on story. For those of you out there who think that the title of this video was an ordinary clickbait,
well, you're not wrong.
However, there is one sexy suit in this game.
Can I romance anyone?
No.
So no sexo suits?
No sexo suits. No.
After unlocking the Interceptor, I found that my chick, I was playing a female character, has a quite nice ass in this suit.
Everybody say it with me. That ass. That ass.
Until I realized that the armor looks exactly the same on a male character. Okay, this is BioWare Edmonton. They have more manpower and experience than Montreal studio, so I decided to wait for this game and see what they get. But after that, they constantly kept showing us gameplays of shooting, flying and customization. Over and over and over again. And at some point I realized, holy shit, they actually didn't have any story for us.
Evacuation in progress.
Get the f*** out of here!
And I lost my faith. I was sure that this single player component will be like single player campaign in Battlefield franchise. You know, this huge single player tutorial with no effort and weak story for the main part of the game, which is multiplayer. I just lost interest in the game because all of those gameplays which were supposed to hype me for the game, right? But no, the result was kinda opposite. And do you know what they had for us eventually? Okay, jokes aside for a moment, I'm a bit upset, angry, because Anthem is a game unfinished. And considering that they had 6 years for this game, I have no idea what happened in BioWare or EA, because, you know, BioWare right now is just another EA division. That's it. Anthem is a game unfinished, with technical problems, with content that was cut from the game in order to return it to us in the form of these free updates, you know, live service experience. And I am angry because I like this game. I like this game world, ideas, lore, some characters, even some moments in the story.
Can we please hurry this up? They will be on top of us any minute now. Pliers.
So what are you doing here?
I'm helping you fix this garbage actuator. Again.
More reliable than some. So what's this contract of yours?
Can we please chat later? The Dominion will be here any second.
Owen, please, this is important. Just, you're not helping.
I personally didn't have any problems with loading screens, basically because I have an SSD and the loadings were lightning fast. I didn't have any problems with the connection, the game worked fine without any problems on my rig. However, such problems exist and people are struggling with them. Even on launch, I'm not talking about those beta demos or whatever. So yeah, basically, I liked another game which is unfinished at launch, and because of its bad condition at day 1, this game will be abandoned and forgotten. Just like Andromeda. Fuck me. Anthem has one more problem. Before starting the game, I finished watching for the first time Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I finished for the second time NieR Automata. If any one of you don't know what Evangelion and Automata is, just know that these are one of the best storytelling experiences I've had in my crappy life, so this fact could negatively affect my reception of Anthem. But whatever, moving on. You have no idea how surprised I was when I discovered how much lore, dialogues and effort is in this game. Holy crap, I mean, don't get me wrong, the story in this game is average. I admit, it's not great, but it's not that bad overall. But what I'm trying to say is the fact that despite all the flaws in the story, there are good moments here also. Good character moments, plot twists.
Sexy danger?
Yeah, okay. Sexy danger.
What?
You know, the lore over here is very interesting and it is also connected to the map which we are traversing through the game. Many buildings and structures have its own description and history inside the game codex, and there are some story moments even which you can experience much better with the knowledge of how, for example, Javelin works and that kind of things, you know. It's not the level of Mass Effect or Dragon Age, but still
This is fine.
you just have to understand one thing. I'm that kind of a person who always tries to find positive aspects in art overall. Games, books, movies, wherever. I'm acknowledging all issues and then I'm putting them aside to reach for the good parts, still having in mind those issues. I'm trying to find these positive aspects and then enjoying them only if the game or book or movie negatives won't stop me from doing that. And I have to say that despite all flaws of Anthem, you can enjoy good parts in this game. I'm not talking about gameplay only, but also about the story. So with that having in mind, you have to know that the main story here is just fine in the end. There are some problems here. Game is treating you like you should know certain aspects of the story. It's the type of lazy writing which you can describe with 3 words. As you know. As you know, those people are your friends, and as you know, you met them before, and as you know, you know them for God knows how long. You know what I'm saying. What the fuck? I don't know these people.
I don't know you, and I don't care to know you. I don't know you, and I don't care to know you. I don't know you, and I don't care to know you.
What's this about?
I don't know you, and I don't...
It happens, I think, 3 or 4 times in the story, but that was enough to remember. There are some moments also when the dialogues feel flat and cringy in the main story and side dialogues with NPCs. And the dialogues with some NPCs isn't always that engaging, if you know what I mean. However, there are some good dialogues here, good story and also character moments, and there are many NPCs that are actually interesting and they are very good insight to the world of the Anthem.
There may have been some punching.
Bad choice?
Sexy bad choice.
What?
This story isn't that bad in my opinion, but certainly this is not the best one either. However, every weak element of the main story is kinda covered by one of the best facial animations which I ever saw in my life, and also superb voice acting and body language. And I'm talking here about the main story, because of the rest of the animations with side NPCs is just fine. Sound in this game is very good. Explosions, boosters of your javelins, etc. feels just great. But about the music, this is the same situation as it was in Andromeda. Music volume is too fucking low, you have to manually set it to the right values in the menu to hear anything. And there are some tracks that are very good in this game also. What about the missions and the mission design overall? There is none. Missions in this game are very simple, crappy sometimes, because they are basically rely on shooting through the enemies and collecting free objectives, and that's it. Or standing in one place and defending your position. Of course, there are some exceptions, good exceptions, and I'm talking about story missions here, and also strongholds, which are super fun. But yeah, overall, the gameplay kinda suffers because of this poor mission design. This element of Anthem brings me to the next one, which is combat. And this is the best what this game has to offer. Combat is just addicting. The way how the javelin moves is just fantastic, it feels great. Every armor is different from the others. You can feel its weight, power and the amount of abilities which it has. You can feel that power of your javelin, you know. And there are also so much details on the javelin themselves. Holy shit. And flying, oh my god, it feels so fucking good and so fantastic that those two elements are making this game shine despite all its flaws. And in my opinion, it kind of helps Anthem to distinct itself from the rest of the competition. But unfortunately, there is another issue with this BioWare baby, which is loot and customization. This is loot shooter, right? So tell me, where the heck is this loot to unlock? Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of weapons here to unlock with different statistics, but they look very similar to each other. The same applies to the javelin, the parts to change the appearance, there are not that many here. I am not game developer, but in my opinion, you have to be generous with loot in a loot shooter. I know that they are going to update this game and add new content, but this is not acceptable at launch. You have too small amount of content at the release date. This game is not finished. I have no idea, maybe they have some issues while the development of this game, but
it's like hitting Andromeda all over again!
Despite all the disadvantages of Anthem, I still like its world, lore, some characters and some story moments. Combat is great, flying is fantastic, and visual representation of this setting is just gorgeous. However, I do not recommend this game to people who want to buy Anthem for the story. Stay away from this game. Wait for price drop and for updates, because they are supposed to introduce new elements to the story as a part of this live service experience, blah blah blah. If you want to know my opinion, Mass Effect Andromeda is a better game. Yep. What's next? I literally have no idea. BioWare claims that the company's situation is stable so far, and I sincerely hope that the bad situation of Anthem will not prevent the production of the next installment for Mass Effect and Dragon Age. You may hate me for that, but I think that Andromeda deserves to be continued despite the flaws of its predecessor. So yeah, that's all from me. I hope you liked this video and maybe see you next time. Bye bye.